Welcome to our live training session number 28, part 2. In this video, we're going to get our engine fired up using the base map we created in the previous video and start to tune our low cam fuel and spark timing for idle, part throttle, and wide open throttle. We're going to have a lot to cover, so let's jump into our live training session so we can get started. Welcome back to our live training session here with our supercharged Honda S2000. Now in the last video, we created our base calibration file. We set up all of our details, such as our map sensor, our injectors, the other additional sensors wired in, our wideband, fuel pressure, oil pressure. We set all the details up. Now we're ready to do our quick sensor check. Then we'll get our engine fired up and we'll explore our fuel and spark timing tuning on our low cam for idle, part throttle, and wide open throttle. So let's jump in right now and do our quick sensor check and also verify our base fuel pressure. When we were entering our injector data, we based it on 45 PSI base fuel pressure. We're gonna actually check that right now and make sure that that is going to be accurate so that before we even fire up our engine, we know that our injector data and our dead times and our flow rate are correct, and that when we're going into here to our fuel table to do our fuel table tuning, we're not gonna be skewing anything up. So let's do our quick sensor check first here. Taking a look, we'll see that we have our map pressure sensor. We're gonna see it's showing negative 29.9 inches of vacuum. Now this is incorrect. Normally we want to see it show about 0 PSI. Now Kpro has a software limitation here where it won't allow the engine off key on status or key on engine off to read what the map sensor is going to be showing us. So if you're using Flash Pro, using S300, if you're using other Hondata products, you'll find that those will display key on engine off, map sensor status. This does not. So unfortunately, I don't know if the map sensor is going to be any kind of a problem until we get our engine running. Usually we'll want to see on a healthy engine, negative 22 to negative 20, maybe negative 18 at most inches of vacuum at idle. That'll tell us if our map sensor is going to be correctly scaled. It's going to be a valid map sensor. Sometimes you get bad map sensors out of the box. We won't know that yet until we fire it up. Taking a look at some other details right now, we see our engine coolant temp is at 107. Our intake air temp here is 98 degrees. Now I did have the engine running here about 2 hours ago, so our coolant temp here has some residual coolant temperature in the coolant system. And then our air temp here is showing 98 degrees. Right now in my dyno bay, I'm showing about 89 degrees. Now again, I did have my engine running about 2 hours ago, so it does have some residual heat soak in the intake manifold. That's where the air temp sensor is located. Normally on a cold engine that you haven't fired off yet, you'll see that your coolant temp and air temp should read about what ambient temperature is. So if it's 30 degrees outside, you should see your coolant temp and air temp read 30 degrees. And they're gonna be pretty close to each other. Sometimes they're a few degrees off, that's okay. Next, taking a look here at our throttle position. In the last video, we did our throttle position calibration process that min and max learn. It was really easy. Right now, I'm off the throttle. I'm at 0. On the throttle, I'm at 100. So my throttle is calibrated. Very important that we do that. Our idle control and deceleration fuel cut are going to be depending on our throttle position being calibrated. We want to make sure that's taken care of. Now, taking a look here, we see our cam showing negative 20 and our cam command showing 0. These are going to be displaying these values because we don't have variable cam. So it's going to be defaulting and reading here negative 20 when you turn off the variable cam feature. You also find your cam command should not move past 0. We don't have variable cam, we're not going to command it to do anything. We see battery volt here is 11.1 volts. This may be a problem. So when we fire it up, if it doesn't want to fire up properly, we may have to put it on a battery charger. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Taking a look at the rest of our data here, nothing else is going to be super important. We do see our wideband is showing here 19.5 to 1 air fuel. Looking at my gauge display, it's at 20 to 1 air fuel, so there's a little bit of a discrepancy. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.